Done. Hello. It's me, Avila, for Shopping in Korea / Be Millionaire. So, yeah, today, skincare. Summer skincare. All the products we have today are going to be from Challans de Paris. It'll be like generic talk about summer skincare, pore skincare, things like that. But Challans de Paris, we went to the shop over in Gimpo, and we took a little bit of video. So I guess should we play the video? Yes, Lisa.
Challans de
There she goes.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
This was at the shop. We're supposed to explore, but I mean, for me, I can explore the entire shop in like 3 seconds. So, but they're no slower, so we can get this on film. And they had the Jurassic Park exhibition, so that was what was in the back. We went to that right after this, but I'm gonna shut up now. Just let you watch the video. Woo, yay, there it is. Challans de Paris. They had many lines there. This whole brand in general, it's skincare backed by science. I mean, I hope most brands are backed by science, but this one specifically, they have the sort of thing where they kind of target the main concerns when it comes to skin, whether it be wrinkles, dark spots, dryness, enlarged pores, or acne. So they have several lines and all kind of distinguished by color. The one I decided to choose though was actually the pore line. I have very oily skin, combination skin depending on the time of the year, but I always would rather be oily and moisturized instead of kind of dry and tight. But I know there are a lot of people that live in either hot and humid countries, or they just have really oily skin and they are looking for skincare for that. So I decided to just try this. And also because as I've gotten older, the pores here, although moisturizing stuff can be good, sometimes it can make your pores look larger. And here, when it looks really oily and shiny here, it kind of makes this part come out more and look slightly, I just look older, I guess. Which is not the look. So I wanted to give this a try because I never really go for pore minimizing skincare. So the Stella line, they all have different names, but the pore line is the Stella line. The toner is what I guess we'll start with. We can talk about the packaging first. I have so much stuff at home. I always end up throwing away the packaging, but I found it very difficult to throw away this stuff because it's so pretty. I feel like you can keep the base though, and kind of use it to, I don't know, hold it on your desk. They say you can kind of just pat it in with your hands, but for me, I do like to use it with a cotton pad, just for shits and giggles though. This is kind of the texture. It's watery, but it almost has like a thickness to it. She's thin but thick, if that makes sense. And this is not how I normally use toner these days, but you can kind of just pat it in. How do you describe this? It's very light, fresh, the basic buzzwords, light, fresh. But the thing that I definitely noticed about this whole line in general, which was one of the concerns I had, because again, a lot of skincare for oily skin, skincare for enlarged pores tends to be like dry and makes your skin feel tight. But the thing with this, it's tight in the sense that it tightens your pores, but also it has a moisturizing ability, a moisturizing component to it. There is ceramide, which is kind of like fatty things that is naturally made in your skin, but it's like fatty lipids or something, along with double hyaluronic acid. And I feel like these two sorts of things, along with, there's also collagen in there, At the same time, it's kind of tightening your pores. It helps moisturize your skin, which even if you have oily skin, I still feel like everyone needs to moisturize because I feel like it's a very basic sort of thing. The thing is, though, you need to make sure that you really soak your cotton pad. And you need to kind of get the areas that are a little bit more dry, or you have more like, what's PG, like kind of just like dead skin, especially around the nose. That's where I will do that sort of motion, like around here, between the brows, because I get a lot of dead skin here, and around the mouth, especially on my chin here. There's almost there's a sort of element of moisture to it. So it's never too drying. So yeah, there was the toner. Next, eye cream. I don't really think eye cream is a necessity, but I do like this Lancome. My friend works at Lancome and he gave this to me. It's a very light eye cream, so I kind of just use this, but it's really light, and I feel like for summer, that's what makes it really good. I'm not really trying to push this product or anything. I just happen to have it, and it's what I use at home. And I don't really rely on this for moisture. It's more for like its wrinkle benefits, if that makes sense. So eye cream. The next step is kind of the serum, ampoule. Serum and ampoule is kind of like a word you can kind of exchange, I feel like, when it comes to like K-Beauty. But the ampoule, the pore care ampoule, which I was also, this one I was like, oh, they have an ampoule for their pore line. Because again, I always assume that with pore, oily skincare lines, they never really have anything that's extra moisturizing because they're more about tightening pores and making everything drier. But with this, they have it. And I feel like after you use it, the other reason I like to use a lot of toner on my cotton pad is because that is like a base for the rest of the skincare to help it kind of absorb in. When you have a really good toner and use enough of it, the rest of your skincare, you can use as little as you want because it spreads much, much better. Kind of show you what it... I ended up buying their other ampoule from another line. This one, the Melacare one for my kind of dark spots. I literally just spread it on my cheeks, on my face. So the sheet mask, but with this, the main difference I felt with this is that one, there's like this really fresh tingly sensation. So to me, I got the feeling that, oh, this is definitely for making the pores smaller because it has a lot of those sort of like cooling ingredients in there. So after the sheet mask, ampoule, and all that, what do we have? Moisturizer. Technically, you see this. To me, that just screams lotion. This looks like a lotion to me. However, Challans de Paris, they call this an essence, but I'm just gonna treat it like moisturizer because that's literally what the texture is. You can't squeeze the bottle, it's all glass. It's really hard to get any out this way, like, now it wants to come out. About that much is okay, I feel like. When it comes to skincare, layering is the key word. I literally just take that cheek, forehead, chin, again, on the fatty parts of the face. You see? So yeah, that's a moisturizer. Now, they have a sunscreen. This is where, like, if we're talking about morning routine, this is where I would use sunscreen. This one in particular, the Crème Soleil de Stella. I believe this is just part of this line in particular, although you can use it with any of the other stuff or, again, any of your skincare. This, I guess, is part of this line specifically, which I thought was really interesting because I would have expected this to be part of like the more moisturizing line. But this it's kind of in that family of sunscreens that are really moisturizing that have been coming out. A lot of brands have been coming out lately with more sunscreens that are just much better than the very like old school style sunscreen. This one is definitely more moisturizing. This one, what's great is that there's no white cast. And it's just really moisturizing because moisturizing is such an overuse, but it's moisturizing. I think my favorite line might be, it's a cross between, oh God, it's a three-way. She's a three-way. The toner, mask, and the ampoule. In my head, I feel like ampoules are always the most effective things in skincare because the other ones, I kind of only look to for moisture. So if I want some effect, it's usually with things like this, like serums. So I would say what you're looking for, you might want to start with a toner Because again, it's the base of a lot of skincare, of the skincare routine. So if you're looking for something for pore minimizing, you might want to start with the toner. But maybe you have the toner that you like. Maybe you might want to try Ampule. If you are a sheet mask like junkie, the sheet mask you might want to try, because I feel like it's made enough of a difference compared to other, because all my sheet masks, I get so many sheet masks from when I go shopping, they give them to me for free. I just stick them all in my fridge and I use them when I need them. But this one seems to be the most, and also amongst the staff, they're all saying that it's like the best thing. They do also have in this line a absolute pore care cream. I've been trying this out as well. It almost feels like a cross between a thick balm moisturizer and a pore minimizing primer. It just feels like, I was worried, I asked her, I was like, is this kind of like a primer? But she's like, oh no, it's skincare. But it almost has that primer effect in that it really fills in the pores, but it's not like makeup where it's like something you have to wash off, if that makes sense. Okay. So they want me to do the mask now. It's a sort of like goodbye signal. But also, since I didn't get to show you, it's a very thick. Is thick the right word? I don't know. It's not like, I've tried sheet masks where they're really like so thick that they don't stick to your face properly, but this one is a good cross between being on the thicker side, but the essence is so, like there's so much essence, it helps stick to your face properly. Does she look good? I'll see you next time next week, hopefully, or unless you were bored and you just want to leave forever. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. 안녕.